So you're going to buy a house and you're wondering what a buyer's agent does for you exactly. We're going to cover that in this video. So buyer's agents are your fiduciary. It is our responsibility to protect you, to negotiate for you, and to guide you down the windy, windy road of buying a home. Maybe even straighten out that road a little bit and make it a lot easier. It's quite a process and quite a journey. It's very emotional, and we need to get you through the whole process with everybody sane and making good decisions. And well, the best part is when I hand you keys to your own front door after the 30-day escrow. And so where I'm going to talk about that whole process, I divide it up into 3 sections in my head. So that's how I'm going to talk about it. There's the preparation to buy, there's the heat of the battle when you're looking and you're negotiating and you're actually buying it and deciding on the house. And then there's the wrap-up process with the title company, and of course, after it's recorded, I hand you keys to your own front door. So we're going to break that down a little bit and talk about it. So part number 1, the preparation. Now, for you personally, everybody's preparation process is different. And you could have been preparing to buy a house for 5, 10, 15 years, saving money, paying down your credit or getting your credit improved. Maybe you're going through the Dave Ramsey program or something like that, but you finally come to the point where you can buy a house. You've got your down payment, you've got a great credit record, and you're ready to go. You need at least both of those things before we can even move forward. So once that all gets done, then you engage a realtor to help you out. Now let's talk about when we come together and do business together and how I get paid. So I get paid by the seller's side. When you're selling a house, you negotiate the commission with the sales agent or the seller's agent. And when a buyer's agent, like me, let's just say I'm the buyer's agent, I bring in the buyers, then they split the commission with me, the seller does, for bringing the buyers to the deal. So you as the buyer don't have to worry about paying me a dime. I'm working for free for you, and basically I'm working for the seller's agent to help her or him get that house sold by bringing in the buyers. So you are working with a buyer's agent to help you get through the process of purchasing the house. You don't have to pay us, all right? So secondly, the buyer's agent is really there to explain things to you and get you through the legalities of it, the paperwork, communicating with the other agents, all the crazy details that come up, and really smoothing out that process. And here's how I do it. When we first meet, I sit down with you for a good hour and I get to know you and you get to know me. And in the end, if we really like each other and we feel like we're going to work well together, then I start representing you in your purchasing process, okay? So when I sit down with buyers, I explain for a good hour the whole buying process, and you bombard me with questions and I answer them all. And so by the time you actually go buy a house, you're going to really understand the home buying process. At the same time, I'm hooking you up to a lender because we've got to get the lending process started. And well, I have to have you pre-approved before we even go out looking. So you'll either have a lender that you already work with, or you can work with one of my great local lenders or Keller Mortgage. I work with a handful of great mortgage people who I know 100% can get the deal done. Now, as a first-time buyer, or even if you're not in the industry, you have no idea how, well, the horror stories of people almost buying a house, but something happened with the loan. And that doesn't happen with me. I work with mortgage people that make sure they drive the train home. Those are the only people that I want to do lending with. If you bring in your own lender from another county or another state, that can be very problematic locally. So I always highly urge and recommend that people use our local lenders here or a Keller Mortgage agent. Either one would satisfy me and make me feel comfortable that the whole process is going to happen, especially after you've fallen deep like with a house. To have it not happen after we've gone through some expense and some process is really a drag. I mean, I've seen it happen and it just can't happen. It'll almost make you insane if something like that happens. So it's my job to protect you and get you through. So my advice is local lenders only or a Keller Williams agent. So we get to know each other, we sit around the table, and I learn all about your dreams, your goals, your children, your life, how you guys met, or if you're single, I want to know all about you and what you're going to do to buy your first house, and or maybe you're buying your second house, and I get to learn like where it fits in and what you're doing with it. Maybe you're buying your first rental property or your first investment property, but I'll get to know all about you and what you're doing with this home purchase, and you'll know me as well. And once we decide we both like each other and it all gels, then you hire me and we go to work. So we'll have fun in that first meeting, and I also go through a little timeline where I really show you exactly what you're about to embark on. All right? So we get through that process. I get a phone call from your lender saying you're all pre-approved. So I know you can actually purchase a house. That's a really important thing. I need to know you have the money, the down payment, and a lender on your side that's going to lend you money. Then the realtor kicks into gear. All right, so now we go house hunting, and that's actually a longer video, so I'm gonna make it short and compact. So we go through the hunting process. You will have all the tools that I have, not the complete listing service, but you will have all the information on the available houses on your phone, and coming into your email, the latest listings will pop up into your email every day. And so you'll see what I see. You'll go cruise neighborhoods, figure things out. Maybe you don't even know where to live, or maybe you know exactly where you want to live. I'll have learned all of that from you, and we'll start the hunting process and the elimination process, because this is not about finding the perfect house. It's about eliminating houses so you come out with a, oh my gosh, I love that house. That's what we want. We want to get 95% there. And even when you build your own home, it ends up, you want to change everything once the last nail goes in. So we really want to find you a great and wonderful, awesome house, and do it through the process of elimination. So I'm communicating with the other agents, learning about if they already have 2 or 3 offers on a house, and maybe it's way over asking, and you don't even want to put in an offer once you learn that information. So I'm doing a lot of the communicating and the weeding through of things, so that when we actually go into houses, they're exactly what you want to look at. So we get through that. Once you make an offer and it gets accepted, then we go through the inspection process, which is really kind of the stressful moment, I might say, because we're getting a pest inspection and a home inspection, maybe other inspections. That is your period in the buying process where you can make decisions on whether you really want this house, because you've put down 3% of that offer price at the title company after the seller signed your offer and they accepted it. You have money in earnest at the title company saying you're really serious about this offer, but hello, I need 17 days to inspect it so I can make sure I really truly want it. All right, so there's a bailing period. You can step out of the whole process if you want to. So I get you through all the negotiating, all the inspections, and once both you and the buyer agree to all the details that we've been discussing, you sign the big document called the CR, the contingency removal document, and because you accepted her accepting your offer contingent upon your inspections. All right, just because she accepted an offer you gave them doesn't mean you own the house. We got a little inspecting to do. So once all of that's done and both parties agree that everything's cool and all the things that we were working on and negotiating, everybody came to terms with, then the contingency removal form is, that's hard to say, is the contingency removal form is signed by both parties, and pretty much you've purchased your house. In the next few days after that, the title company gets a hold of us and we go sign your documents, and then eventually we do the final thing, and that is I get a phone call saying, well, your documents are recorded. The deed to your house is recorded at the county recorder's office, and that is closing. That means closing. Recorded means closing. It means you own the house. And so I get the keys within an hour or so, or sometimes 15 minutes, depends, to your new house. And we meet at the front door of your new home, and I hand you keys. It's a great moment. It's my favorite time in the whole process. So this is a 30-day process from the time they accept your offer till the time I hand you keys is generally 30 days. And I get you down that whole road all the way to the end. That's what a buyer's agent does for you. So if you have any questions, I put my information right below this video, and that's what I do, is talk and do real estate all the time, and I'd love to help you think through the process, even if it might be a year or two off. I do all kinds of planning for people and help them think through whatever they need to think through, including the financial part of it. For more of the basics on buying and selling homes, go to the link below in the comments section and hit the subscribe button and the little bell, and you'll get all my future videos on discovering Sonoma County living.